Mr. Huff, and I just want to go over what we are now calling the Fortnight Report, literally 14-day report. After our discussion last week or earlier this week. So anyway, this has been revised. So this is the short, just a review of what we talked about. So one of the things I want to start out with is when you are talking about a project, you're probably going to be in the middle of a project. So always include a project name and a brief introduction of the project so that readers know kind of what you're talking about before you start talking about details. It's something you could literally just copy and paste from week to week for each project that you're working on. Also, I'm not going to require you to do peer reviews, but informal peer reviews are strongly recommended. And I would suggest capture these in your notebook to show, look, I did get peer reviews on this. Just having someone kind of go through it and make sure it has some flow and makes sense and that there's nothing confusing there before you submit your work. So like we did before, for each report, you're going to start a new section on your Google site. And then we want to use clear headers as you go through, write in a narrative style. That hasn't changed. Let's talk about this right here. Pro tip, capture a little bit of the content every day and revise and edit at the end of the week. So I know I'm having you guys write in your notebook, so a good idea would be to start writing the passages in your notebook in such a way that all you have to do is kind of translate that or transcribe that into your fortnight report at the end of every 2 weeks. That way you've already kind of done a rough draft in your notebook and you're putting your final draft together for your report. So let's talk about the sections that we talked about. So this is what every report is going to include. Go ahead and set headings for all of these. Significant moments, what was the most challenging or amazing moment this week? I would like you to discuss either the things that were epic failures or the things that were amazing successes so that you're kind of capitalizing on those big moments. The work, this is go through and explain your accomplishments. A lot of this is going to be, I think the meat of your report is probably going to be right here in the work, where you introduce your problem that you're working on and then the things that you did. So like the cookie cutter, or no, the brownie cutter thing, this could be where all of that is captured is in the work. This is probably going to be the longest section. Challenges, this is where you're going to list your challenges and problems. What I'm really looking out for here is, do you have a roadblock that's keeping you from making progress on your project? That's what I am really wanting to see here. So, or are you having to wait on other people? That sort of thing. What is getting in the way of you finishing these projects? So, and then at the end, the conclusions. These are your big takeaways for the week or for the last 2 weeks. What improvements need to be made? This is reflection on your processes. What iterations do you need to pursue? That sort of thing. And what results did you put together this week? And this is kind of culminating your summary of work at the end of the 2-week period. Then planning, you have to think about this at the end of every 2 weeks. I want you to kind of lay out what you're projecting for the next 2 weeks in class. And I realize this is going to be flexible. That's why we include adjustments and your work in progress and your overall project status, like how much headway have you made, how much do you still have to go. Really what we're trying to answer here is next Monday when you walk in, do you already know what you're going to start doing? That's what I want to see. So, and I realize that 2 weeks is a long time. There's a lot of variables. It's just your best guess at this point. So that's going to be in every one of your reports. And if we cover these bases, I think we will have a solid portfolio when you're done. And that's really what we're after, is we need a portfolio of your entire year. That's why I am really pushing you guys to write more in your notebooks and not these little 1 or 2 line statements about this is what I did today. Get the details so that you can build a really lovely portfolio. So at the end of the year, you have something you can take away and say, look at what I did in my high school year, and this is why I deserve this scholarship or this job or whatever. All right, so that's enough for now. Thank you for watching.